Hurrah! Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's have a look at this. I think the audio input is too high. Let me turn it down a little bit. How's everyone? I see Costan here. Awesome, my brother. Nice to see you on the show. I see Crypto Psycho here. Psycho, yeah, Psycho, I believe. He says hi, all go. Thank you, my brother. He's on fire. Awesome. I love to see people on fire. Yep, smash that like button. I don't do predictions, man. I do what do you call this? I do projections. Projections are completely different to predictions. Predictions, sorry. The law of attraction, basically. You know, when you want something to happen and you believe in it and you have conviction, it will happen for you. And I believe in crypto, I believe in Bitcoin, and I believe it's going to go to 100k easy. So that's my projection, not my prediction. And yeah, I mean, other than that, let's have a bash at this and see what's going on. Let's just keep, look at the market, see what the market's doing right now. A nice little update on how everything's going. So let's have a look at the fear and greed. 75 yesterday. Let's refresh today. As you all probably know, guys, on my videos, I do not show you new charts or new data every day. My videos are continuations from the previous day, and whatever you're going to see on the chart today, right now, I'm seeing it for the first time myself. So I don't go around making scripts or anything like this. Whatever I do on the chart is here and now. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do a pre-setting or anything. The only thing I do preset is my what do you call this? My thumbnail. That's the only thing I'm making. Half the time I don't even know what to write on it. But yeah, other than that, you're only going to get right now the latest, the current, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I do call it the no BS channel. No BS here, no FOMO here, no FUD here, just pure facts, nothing more, and only what the chart tells us. Also, I've turned on subscriber only mode for the chat, so if you are not subscribed, guys, you can't chat. Unfortunately, we will not be able to see your chats. So please do consider subscribing if you're new to the channel, and if you're already an awesome member of the channel, please do smash that like button. It does really help. So other than that, let's move into the content. So yesterday we had 75, today we've got 82. Extreme greed, of course, that's what it's going to show. It is showing everywhere actually. So there is massive greed in the market because of how BTC is reacting. This doesn't look that healthy, but it's okay. I'm going to give it to BTC for now. Okay, it doesn't make much of a difference. Looking at the crypto quant, looking at the exchange reserve, let's have a look and see how the exchange reserve really looks, right? So we can see that we had a little bit of a dip here. When we're looking here, we can see that 684 BTC in the last 24 hours. We want to confirm if everything is bullish, and all we have to do is just go into this and see if the reserves have been dropping. And yes, since yesterday you can see it's dropped a little bit more. So far so good, everything looking super awesome. BTC looks okay. I'm not complaining at all. Let's have a look at grayscale. Remember yesterday we were at 15 and we pumped all the way to 20 within a flash. Well, let's try and see what it does today. So we're looking at 20. Let's have a look and see how it looks today. Is it bullish or is it bearish? Boom, it's bullish. So you can see how the sentiment has changed. A lot of people, remember I said there could be manipulated data, or it could be just people are unsure what's going on, so people just want to play a little bit safe. And you can see here, regardless how safe they played or not, they can understand that the market doesn't care. The market has stopped caring about all the FOMO news and everything as well, and they just want to move forward with this, right? Because how long can you keep them on pumping out fake news or whatever you want to call it? How long can you do that? So it comes to a point where the public just decides and says, you know what, guys, it doesn't matter, we know where it's going. Why on earth are we going to stop this, right, from going where it needs to go? And of course there's a lot of news and a lot of FUD going around, like, oh, 100k is going to be the top, it's not going to go any further than that. And I've seen a few YouTubers changing like the weather. That's all I'm going to say, nothing more. 1 minute they're like super bearish, oh that's it, the market's ended, and then the next minute they're like super bullish. And I'm thinking to myself, guys, pick your coin, stick to your coin. Pick your number for the all-time high and stick to that number. You can't be a bear and a bull at the same time. pick your direction. You're either going up with us or you're going down. Choose your side. So, and sadly, one of these channels, he has like a million subscribers. So that's a million people's mind being screwed up. That's wrong. You should not be doing something like this. So other than all of that, let's go into some of the other data that we've got. Let's have a look at liquidations. How many people got wrecked today? Let's refresh. Let's have a refresh. Not much. We've got 1 hour wrecked this much. Let's have a look at 24-hour wrecked. 135 million wrecked. It's okay. Nothing too bad. Nothing too crazy. There has been a few longs and shorts liquidated. I have seen this because obviously we pumped all the way to 64 last night, and I'll show you a little bit more about that. And some guys thought that, okay, 64 is a breakout point, we're going to trade that. No guys, you don't do that. You wait for the confirmation before you enter the trade. Also guys, nobody has mentioned this. I think there's an echo. I think there is an echo. Let me sort that out. My god. Right, I think the echo should be off now. What's happened with you guys? You should be telling me this. You should be telling me there's an echo on the stream. My god. Anyway, so I hope the echo's gone now. I hope the audio is back to normal. So yeah, let's continue. Let's continue, because I just noticed there must have been an echo, because I'm also hearing myself as well, just for audio quality and everything, because you know I've been having a lot of issues. I wasn't sure if it was the network, if it was YouTube. I mean, YouTube definitely was causing some issues. The software was having some issues, so I've updated that, reset that, and I think 2 days ago they launched the new, or they announced the new MacBook Pros. I'm not happy with how they've kind of mentioned that the 14-inch. So they mentioned a 14-inch with the M1 Pro chip. Right, but they are not going to give us the M1 Max chip on the 14-inch. I don't like that. I like the 14-inch more. I want to see the M1 Max chip inside it. So let's see how that works out. I see Tamugo is here. Awesome, my brother. GM, please. GM crypto. Okay, not good morning. Okay, no worries. We'll have a look at GM. What's the full name of the crypto? Give me the full name. We'll have a little look at it and see how that does. So liquidations are okay. Nothing too concerning in my opinion. Yesterday we did on the video, we did something. So we were looking at the percentage remaining. I think it was on the video or maybe on Discord. Can't remember, but we did talk about how many percentage we have to go until we hit the previous all-time high. And what you can see here is we pumped and we did a good few percent, and currently we're not that far from where we are. Of course, we're going to look at where we are exactly. So on the daily, you can see this is where we are right now. This is how low we went. Absolutely fine. The bulls held the line very well. So from here, how far do we have to really go? Currently showing at 1.65%. That's only $1,000. So we only got to pump $1,000 in order for the market to go crazy. Genesis. Okay, no worries, my brother. I'll have a look at Genesis. So this is what's going on in the market right now. Nothing to worry about. Remember what I talked about, how we built this lovely foundation. Well, I think we're about to build another foundation here. And it doesn't matter for another few days if it still goes on the side. Absolutely fine. There's no harm at all. As you can see, we've there's two different trend lines. So there's a greater trend line and there's a micro trend line, and so far this micro trend line, if we did extend it a little bit, it's absolutely fine, and if we did drop, it comes back into this floor. So you see how we drew this floor here, and I think I'm going to make it darker or whatever, more thicker. This is where we're basically currently finding the floor. So any dip should bring us back down to this level, and any pump should take us up. All right, so this is on the horizon. It's coming. There's no ifs and buts. BTC is doing awesome. I know some people were kind of fussed about the BTC dominance and everything, and I mentioned it so many times, guys. BTC dominance is not a bad thing. BTC dominance allows the market to move up, and that's what we're seeing right now. How the market is reacting. So far so good. Absolutely fine. It got rejected here. Not to worry about at all, because once BTC comes up and then it settles, other coins start catching up, because that's what brings the momentum back into the market. Talking about momentum, we also need to check the volume. So give me a second, sorry. Refresh. Volume very low, $88 billion for a $2.5 trillion market. That's nothing, guys. That's absolutely nothing. I mean, if we saw, like, say for example 250, that would have been, I think, 2% or 2% or 2 point, yeah, I think it's 2%, the 2% or 1%. It would be in 10%, my bad, so 10%. So yeah, 250 would be 10%. So that's what we need to see. I mean, this kind of volume is just pathetic, right? For a large cryptocurrency like this, you know, $1.2 trillion, and the volume is just ridiculous. But you do know, I have mentioned to you before as well, where, for example, $100 billion is equal to 2.5 billion. 100 million is worth to 2.5. So if we do get $100 million pump into this, it's going to be worth $2.5 billion, and it would reflect here. So the pumps can be really significant. You don't really need too much money to pump the market, and that's what they're doing right now. But so far so good. I'm not complaining. Everything seems awesome. And let's see how things move on, right? So that's volume so far. So good, but not the greatest. Obviously, as I said, I don't really like that. Also, look at more scam coins. You can see 12,900 now. So plenty more scam coins coming in, taking some of that liquidity, taking some of that money, taking some of that volume, which is not a great thing to see. So before Tamil Gamer starts repeating himself, I think I need to give him some Genesis shards, I believe. Not strands, my brother. So Genesis shards. So let's have a look at Genesis shards, currently sitting at rank 1534. Let's have a look at the market. Completely rock bottom down to the floor. So it's come from $2.76 and currently sitting at 19 cents. Let's have a look and see if it is on TradingView. No, it's not. That's fine. We don't need to worry too much. We still give benefit of the doubts with some of this stuff. Let's have a look at how many holders. Not many. In fact, whoa, there's one wallet that holds 78% of the total supply. Yeah, right. So that just gives me a bit of an indication on what to, or how to perceive this. Total market supply is not bad. How many is out is not bad either. So everything looking okay, but that volume is pathetic. It's disgusting. Also, how many people holding it? Not that great, not promising. And when you're looking at one person holding 78% of the supply, I'd be very cautious. That's all I'm going to say. Nothing more. But of course, you know, and then another fact that where it was to where it is now, it's a big thing to look at as well. You know, $2.78 is not a small money. From that, coming back to this particular thing here, what's that, like, I don't know, 10%, 1%, I don't know, what is that? So has it got any chance of going up? I don't think so. Maybe, you know, where it is now, you might see an opportunity where you can make some change, but is it worth the gamble on a coin like this, right? So be very careful. Yeah, I mean, of course, decentralized based on Polkadot that reimagines non-fungible tokens as a decentralized finance option. Great. But yeah, still, I'm just gonna not say anything. I mean, built on Ethereum, fair play. But I mean, great information there, you know. But is it something I'm gonna jump into? No, my brother. But as I said, be careful. Be careful. You know, it might be a great buy. It might be one of those. It might do a new cipher thing, right? When new cipher literally just pumped in one day, it might do one of those. But just be cautious. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Right now, you shouldn't be looking at too many old coins. What you need to be doing right now is try and get out of as many altcoins as possible, right? You're saying it's an idea of poker starter. Are you serious about that? Let's have a look. So these are the upcoming projects. Okay. I'm having a look. That's a super solid project. I'm keeping an eye on this one. Keeping an eye on this one as well. Keeping an eye on this one as well. Keeping a massive eye on this one. So I'm just giving you some names of some of the coins that I'm keeping an eye on. Keeping a massive eye on this one, right? And I see Genesis shards. Okay, interesting, interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. So it's on Poker Starter, fine. Here we've got April 14th, ended in April 14th, fine. No issues at all. It's all fine by me. Okay. All fine by me. So this was probably the starter, then it pumped, and then it dumped. Still, no, I understand you're saying it's an IDO, but the IDO ended in April. You're talking about it now in October. Is it still worth buying right now? Just because it's an IDO, does it mean it's going to go back to its $2? You know, $2.70 to be precise. Is it going to do a 900x? Do you know what I mean? Because remember, the competition is fierce. But what I was going to tell you, right, before you mentioned this is good, great. It's a Poker Starter project, awesome. People who invested in Poker Starter projects, they make a lot of money. But you got to do it through Poker Starter. You're doing a secondary market, you're not going to really make much. However, what I'm trying to say to you is right now, in the market, we're in this uncertainty, and I'll explain a little bit more, understand where it's coming on. Are we going to go to 100k BTC? Is everything going to moonshot with it, or is it going to have a double top and dump? Is this going to be the double top for us, and are we going to dump? So there's a danger right now. What if the market just decides to end here? What are you going to do? So right now is the wisest thing, and I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm going to give you a wise investment idea right now. You have 1,100 crypto currencies, for example, right? Right now, some of them have made money, some of them have not. What you should be looking at is find yourself some strong currencies and try and come back into the stronger ones. Because what's going to happen is the stronger ones will have more potential to survive. Some of them, as I said to you before as well, they're all scams until they're not. Which means that if for whatever reason they don't survive, then the leaders, the project leaders, or whoever creators, they can easily walk away from it. I'll give you a really good one. You know, I talk about Shiba Inu. Well, I think his name is Ryoshi, who created it. He walked away, and then the community picked it up, right? And I think that guy's name is Satoshi, who decided to write a white paper, and he said, I'm going to launch an exchange. So he's a developer who said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. That's how it came back. So some of these projects might come back, but also you got to always have your risk management. You might as well be in the stronger ones. So try to be in the strong ones. That's all I'm trying to say here. Anyway, I don't want to go into a long story, but try and keep yourself in the stronger ones rather than being in a weak one, hoping you're going to make those difference. Hope doesn't help you invest money or make money. You invest money with strategy. Strategy makes you money. Hope doesn't. Okay, so that's all I want to say. So do understand, regardless whether it's an IDO, regardless who invests in it, I don't care if, I don't know, I mean, some big boy from somewhere comes in and says, I'm doing this. It doesn't make any difference to me, you know, because it's all great with all these investors and everything, but what's the project doing and what has it done? And what's the growth curve? What's the pattern? Those are the important things to look at. I mean, trading on a decentralized exchange, trust me, there's hundreds, if not thousands, that are not even on this coin market cap. They're actually being traded on Uniswap, SushiSwap, what's the Pancake Swap, Bakery Swap, a few other decentralized exchanges, because you can go up there and load anything. So there's loads of them trading. But for me, I try to stick to a rule. I'm like, unless it's bought out to the majority of the people, is it wise for me to go and trade this? So let's do this again. Give me a second. All right, let's now go into the next section of this. So leave that where it is. I'm not going to bother with any of that. I want to see where it's trading again. You see, so the only exchange, kind of a centralized type of an exchange, is Gate.io. It is trading there for USDT and Ethereum. Fair play. Here is trading for Ethereum. Here is trading for BNB. That's the two places the liquidity was. But just look at this volume, 31k. I mean, something that's been around since April. It just clearly screams pump and dump. Do you know what I mean? So I just want to stay safe. That's just me. I just want to stay safe. And I know a lot of you guys are not going to agree with me. You're going to say, oh, what's going on? Remember, I told you, I'm one of the biggest skeptics when I invest into projects. I want to see data. I want to see strong fundamentals, strong data. I don't want to see 1,700 people holding this particular coin, right? 1,700 people, or sorry, 1,900 people holding this coin, and that to be it. I don't want to see one person owning 78% of all of this. I don't want to see that. Do you know what I mean? When I see one person, he has 78% of all of this, that says to me, stay away. Do you know what I mean? Really, really does say to me, stay away. So please do understand. You know, it's a tough one, but it's the reality. We've got to sometimes just look and say, well, hold on, it could have been great, but is it really, really worth us touching it? You know, do we not want to be safe? For me, I just want to be safe in this game. I don't want to be putting stuff into many coins. You might, and just go for it. That's not a problem. As I said, I'm not a financial advisor, number one. Number two, if you find something, pick your coins, stick to your coins, make your money, happy days. Nobody needs to know about it. But just be safe. That's all I'm going to say to you, brother. All right, you're a nice fella. You bring all these coins to us, and I know you bring some really, really good gems as well. But some of these, I'm going to be very, very cautious. And as I said, Polka Starter, as a key to Polka Starter, all you got to do is get the Pulse token, join the Polka Starter community, and you know, you can invest in all of these projects. So of course you will get the IDO prices, and you can dump there and then. There are plenty of projects, some have vesting periods, some don't. But if you're on Pulse, Polka Starter, then investing in any one of these shit coins, absolutely fine for you, because you're always going to make money. But if you're thinking about secondary markets, stay away. So all you have to do, go to Poker Starter, create an account, go on your dashboard, load yourself up a whole bunch of POLS token. So POLS. Here, I'll show you. All right, this is all you need, POLS. Right, get yourself a whole bunch of this token to participate in the IDO. You can see this is what it is. Participate in the IDO, and even they, you know, okay, it's a great structure, it's not that bad, but even they, so what you do, you take their token. All right, I'm sorry, I was going to say something else, but take their token basically and just lock it up on your dashboard and participate in every IDO there is on their launch pad, and you're going to get those IDO discounts. The moment it comes out, dump the shit, you know, dump it, get out, make some money. So this is really a good thing. I mean, right now is a good opportunity to buy some more if you want. You can see around what was this, around February, it did have a nice little peak, which was around $6, currently sitting about 60% discount, or 50%, just over 50% discount. It's not a bad buy. You know, if you want to do IDOs, this is a really good coin to buy, hold, but only relevant when you go to Poker Starter, you know, because you're using this to make more money. So I'm not gonna make this any longer. Let's move into the other stuff. Right, so BTC dominance doing very well. All right, let's go into Ethereum, see how Ethereum is doing today. Ethereum is trying to recover. So far so good, no complaints here. And I hope, Tamil, that helps you. You understand. Sometimes, remember I say to you guys, if you buy BNB coin, then your BNB coin is useless on another exchange except Binance exchange. If you buy a KuCoin, your KuCoin is useless in any other exchanges apart from KuCoin exchange. You buy Huobi token, it's useless. So again, every token is only valuable in its own platform, because that's where you can, you know, stake, earn large amounts and participate in these IDOs or launch pads or launch pools, and that's how you make money, free money. So Poker Starter projects are great IDO options for you to make a really good amount of money, but it's only worth if you're on Poker Starter and you're part of the original team, you're part of the IDO, and you manage to sell immediately as soon as it goes high, pumps up, does a 1x, 2x, 3x, 5x, whatever it does, get out ASAP, you're the boss. Other than that, not worth it. So that's that. But yeah, Ethereum doing really, really good. Ethereum struggling a little bit. I think, you know, it just needs to get above this line. Once it does, as I said, it's going to move up. But again, BTC needs to settle down. And right now, BTC is not showing any signs of settling down because it just wants to go and break that previous all-time high. You see what I mean? It just wants to go and break that previous all-time high and give us a brand new high, and then let the market catch up. Tamil says, you tell the crypto you keep I. What do you mean by that, bro? I don't know what you mean by that, sorry. Can you please explain? So that was Ethereum, that was BTC. Let's go into BNB. BNB, we did have a nice little pump. You can see yesterday we went all the way to almost close to 498. Today's looking super bullish. It held support here, as you can see, on this range that we were talking about, right? And we were talking about this yesterday, and you can see how it held support here. Beautiful, beautiful area. That means it's creating itself a platform in order for it to shoot for the next target. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I mean, DOT, I can even get rid of this box right now because it doesn't matter. And what you can see is what DOT has been doing. DOT has now created a fresh zone here. This is a new fresh zone for DOT, you know, as a foundation for it to lift off. So again, super solid. If we start coming below this, of course, then it's negative. But other than that, so far, so good. It's very, very solid, and the pattern's looking awesome. Also, if you look at a shorter time frame, you'll see this pattern forming, and you know how I talk about this pattern. And I say, look, guys, whenever you see something doing this, it's usually got an upside. So of course it looks bad, but it usually breaks to the upside. So far so good, looking solid on a shorter time frame. Of course we want to look at the higher time frames because that's what matters the most, right? Longer the data, stronger the data. As we are. Solana yesterday looked very bearish. Everyone was like, oh, it's going down. I had a lot of complaint, trust me. That's why I was talking about it. And I was telling people, I said, guys, look, it's bouncing on the lines. Do you not see this? It's broken out and it came back to confirm that it's okay, that it's safe. Now you can see how it's doing a reversal. Of course, once it breaks above, now it's got this area here. So this line here, let me show you a line. This specific line here, it needs to break above, and then once it breaks that, it needs to break above this specific line, which is going to do, and then it's not far from breaking this specific line, and then we're off to races. There's no stopping it, so it's coming. That's what Solana is showing us, right? Cardano, pretty much similar thing. It did dip below the line, which is fine. It just gives us a little bit more data now to say, well guys, our trend line that we had here was not as great. This is our new trend line now. That's what it's telling us. And remember, what I talk about trend lines, I say, look, if it's like this, it's dangerous. If it's like this, it's actually great. So this gives more chance for any coin when you have a slightly flat curve, right? It gives more chance for this coin to pump harder, bigger and better. But something that all of a sudden comes up and, you know, for example, goes like this, it's dangerous because it's too steep. It comes down very fast as well. But something that goes like this, it's not too steep. So when it does come down, it can't really go down too much because it's created support along the way. So just hope that kind of makes sense. You know, I do repeat myself sometimes. I think I have to, so the community knows exactly what's going on. And that's what's happening right now. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe. It does support, and you can actually talk to me, ask me any questions or whatever if you have a coin or anything. We're not going to make this too long, but just let me know if you have any coins that you want me to talk about. Drop it in the comments, but only subscribers can actually comment on the live chat. Let's jump over to SHIB. SHIB doing okay. No complaints here. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. Looking very good indeed. So again, you see that pattern I talk about? That pattern is forming here as well. On a shorter time frame, you can see how this pattern is forming, and these patterns usually break to the upside. So you can see how a lovely pattern is forming here. It's a matter of when. It's not if, it's a matter of when. And we did target 0.0004 to be our pump area. Or our get out area basically. So we want to take our initial out around that particular level, and if we did, I'll show you how much that is. Give me a second. There we are. The pump. So if we did a pump from here today to the target level, that's 41% for us basically. So we're going to take baby steps. We don't want to just shoot up. It's really healthy. What this is doing right now is very, very healthy. Very healthy, guys. So I'm quite happy with how it's performing and how it's holding up above this particular base level here, this support level here. E-gold, I told everybody yesterday, this is the yesterday's drawing, my god, I didn't even change the drawing. I was telling everyone, I was like, look, E-gold doing, let me get on the daily because this drawing was done on a daily, and I was showing everyone, I said, look, E-gold doing its little thing, it's going to go bounce and it's going to move up, and you can see it's doing its thing, guys. It's doing its absolute thing. There's no harm in what it's doing, and so far, to me, you know, I know that it's going to bounce, it's going to come here, and it just needs to break above one neckline, this neckline now. So far, everything was going down. Now, all it has to do is come back and test this, and then everything becomes bullish. Do you know what I mean? So, E-gold is going to come with vengeance, in my opinion. I mentioned KuCoin to everybody when we were down here, and I said how it's going to be doing its little thing, and you can see how it's done its little thing. It's confirmed its little thing, and it's moving back up again. So really happy to see KuCoin coming in for the move, and now we have one power move remaining on KuCoin, which is we did this pattern, so we are almost completing this pattern, and sorry, this is the neckline. So when KuCoin comes above this neck, that's when you're going to see a moonshot, right? You should see a massive moonshot as soon as it breaks above this one specific line, okay? Because after that, you've got this as your range, and then you've got your previous all-time high, and this moonshot should bring us above this, right, very fast, and then challenge this. So the only resistance that we will find would be along this area here, here. This would be our resistance. So from the $18 onward, we will find a little bit of a resistance, right? So that's what KuCoin is doing. It's doing awesome. I think a lot of people are jumping on. A lot of people understand exactly what's going on, and they know that, look guys, this is getting ready for a nice little 2x from here. So these are safe coins. You know, exchange coins are not going to go anywhere. There's always use for them, and there's always some earning for them. We talked about Gala, how Gala's been still moving up, obviously holding this as a baseline here, as a support range here, and so far it seems okay. Gala is going to be one of those that's just going to pump all of a sudden. It's going to do one of these candles, you know, so that's what I'm betting on, one of these candles, right? And when it does, it should be a nice decent pump, you know, because we've seen this same pattern repeat twice, similar type of a candle. So when we look at the size of a candle, let's have a look at this size of a candle. Just measure this. It's so the previous candle was a 310%. Of course, over time we have diminishing returns, and then the second candle we had was 189. So you can see how it went from 300 to close to 200. This one should be 100, right? You know, we just say, okay, it's going to give us half the power. Then we just say 100, and we leave it at 100 to be safe. And you can see how this could easily double up to that level. And once it goes there, then of course we're going to continue doing more moves, right? So nothing is impossible, but you just look at the patterns and you're like, okay, how is it playing out? What is it going to do? What's the safe zone? So I've always said the safe zone was around 18 cents. And this is also confirming that if we were to do a pump, 18 pence is absolutely possible. So that's double your money. I don't need to say anything about BIT, do I? I've been banging on about since here. And a lot of you guys got it for free. And I'm really happy for all of you guys for following the instructions and doing the right thing. Today, your 1,000 free BitDAO token is worth $2,200. Congratulations to everybody. And, you know, just have some patience, because that's nothing, because we're targeting to go to this, which means your 1,000 BitDAO token should be worth $3,000. That's free. And then in the future, as I said, I'm targeting $10. So that 1,000 tokens that you got for free should give you $10,000 for free. So yeah, and make sure if you're participating in any of this stuff, sometimes you got to go and claim it. So make sure to go and claim it and everything. And I'm also staking mine to get more BitDAO tokens. So, you know, so far so good. I'm happy. That's some free money, making me more money. Can't complain. Is there any other coins you guys want? Because the list, I can go on forever, but the point is everything's doing the same thing or similar thing. You know what I mean? It's all getting ready to break out of that range. I mean, this is 1 inch. 1 inch launched on eToro, I believe, or something like this, or Robinhood or something like that. I can't remember. Something like that. And that kind of pumped it a little bit. Let's see what happens. You know, Inch is coming to test this. If it can test, hold, break, and hold, basically, then we should be able to see a reversal. But remember, guys, the entire market's going to react. Once BTC settles, the entire market reacts, right? I've talked about it so many times. I'll drop a few more coins anyway. We talked about Matic doing its little breakout. It done it. It confirmed. So you can see how it came out. It broke out. It went to about 150, 160, I believe it was. What was it? 160. Came out. Now it's holding support here. It's getting ready for another run up to test this level here. So baby steps, baby steps. Okay. Link still playing in the range. Still hasn't been. It's not ready. Still trending up, following the market. Hasn't done anything. We need to see a $34 to $35 link for it to start saying, right guys, now we are super bullish. Until then, nothing. Link is still in the safe zone, well, undecided zone. Sushi is same again. There's no point looking at it. Uniswap, however, look at this. Look at Sushi and look at Uni. Sushi's bouncing around here, while Uni said, do you know what, I'm testing this, I want to do a breakout. So Uni looks a lot more bullish than Sushi. VeChain, it came into that zone, it tested that area. I think it's going to do a breakout very soon. So if anybody was looking at VeChain, and I know somebody was looking at VeChain, I think it was Jeffrey, he was looking at VeChain, and I said to him, I said, bro, It's in a super solid zone. It's getting ready for a breakout anyway. So you can see how it's coming in to test these lines, and you don't make this up. You can see, you know, it came in, it wants to test, it failed. Absolutely fine. Still trending up on a mini trend line. You can see here, this is a mini trend, still trending up. So far holding solid. Absolutely fine. What else are we going to talk about? I mean, I talked about AR. Come on, guys. I talked about AR. I said, look, AR is just trending up. And of course, my AR target is here, right? 117. But of course, I'm going to try and keep it around $100. That's a 2x from here. So if anyone's been involved in AR since the back in the days, that's the target, guys. That's the target. Let's have a look at theta. Theta not looking great. Looks like shit to me. Doesn't look like anything. Honestly, this looks pathetic. I won't even bother talking about it. But again, holding the channel, of course, when the market moves, I think it's going to move as well. You know, it's a good coin, but it's just not doing much for itself right now. Because again, so many coins. I mean, currently, what we got almost 13,000 on the coin market cap. And again, please open your eyes and understand something. The attention is bouncing left to right like a yo-yo. So one day the attention is here, next day the attention is there, and it just carries on and on and on. All right. There was a coin someone bought me yesterday, actually. I think it was Tamil who bought me a coin yesterday, I believe, or someone bought that coin to me. And it was to do with... no, sorry, I was talking to someone over the phone. And it was to do with some video protocol, and so that's what Theta does anyway. So Theta's already been in the game long time, and I think Google and a few others have already invested in them. So they do have a bigger potential than anybody else. When you've got the backing of some massive centralized companies, they have a better potential, but they're just not performing because, again, when you have something decentralized, the people decide what it should be, what the price should be, or sentiment and everything, you know. So that's how the markets move. So the project itself is solid, but the market hasn't decided for this coin to come back and test here. Of course, because market is busy playing DeFi, NFTs, and all sorts of other stuff, right? Or half of them probably getting wrecked, trying to trade actually. Anyway, so Zilliqa looking super awesome. I talked about Zilliqa. I was on Algo, wasn't I? Algo looking good, by the way. Algo is looking absolutely awesome. It's testing this. I think it's going to break this line any second now, and when it does, the target's not too high. Funnily, it's this high here, the $2.60, which is pretty much the neckline of where we need to break up of anyway. So there's a little neckline here. We just need to break that. That's the target. There's not really much to be made here. Zilliqa, as I said, it's looking super awesome. It's coming to that tightening range, and when it does, it's just going to do a power shot and move up. So super good on that one. I'm not sure if Tamil is still here. I don't know what he was talking about. But coins I look at, look, this is my list. This is my list, right? If that's what you were talking about, I look at coins like Anchor. I see a massive future for Anchor. Anchor today may be sitting at 9 cents. I see a future for this sitting at $10 to $100 a coin. That's the future I see for Anchor, right? And this is not the Anchor protocol. This is ANKR, which is the one for the ETH 2.0 staking. Because when it goes live, people can't afford an Ethereum. They can't afford a 10k Ethereum. So what are they going to do? They're going to use protocols like this, which allows you to go and stake and earn some Ethereum. So I see massive potential for this. 9 cents, extremely undervalued. Extremely undervalued. I actually have some Anchor, and do you know what my sell price is? $10 minimum. I'm not going to sell until it goes to $10. That's Anchor. I'm holding that for a long time. There was another brother who's talking about Atom. Atom, of course, has been ranging and kind of messing around with this trend line here, this downward trend line. So the upward trend line wasn't holding as much, as you can see here. It didn't really hold. We can adjust this now as well, actually. It didn't really do much because we had to use the wick, so I wouldn't really use this line at all. But here you can see it's attempting, it's trying to do its thing, and I had to really zoom into this to see this one. You can see how it broke out a little bit, kind of trying to create support and move up. So Atom's one of those that it moves and then it stops. It moves and then it stops, and that's what it's doing. And you can see these massive spikes and wicks. So overall, on a long term, I'm very bullish, but I'm not going to be stupid and leave my money there. I'm going to take my initial investment out as soon as I can. And to be honest, on Atom, I've done it already. I've taken my initial out. Bake is the only coin that I have not taken anything out. because it was a coin I bought accidentally and I left it, and I'm up masses. So yeah, bakery is the only coin that I probably won't sell. A very small amount of money invested. I'm up about what's it, 2,000%. So it'll be very stupid for me to sell this, so I'm just leaving this. Let it ride, let it ride. I mean, I don't need to say anything about Cake. Cake is doing awesome, and it's getting a lot more attention now as well. Cake is getting a lot more attention with all these BSC projects launching. Cake is getting massive attention, right? Massive attention. And I hope they innovate and they can make some use of that coin. Should be really awesome, apart from staking and everything. So come into the area and you can see how it's basically now attempting to move up. This is the area we need to break above, which is a $26. Once we do the $26, it'll be okay. You can see there was an attempt here just a few days ago. There was an attempt. 24 was a high, almost, but it's coming. And again, money needs to shift from wherever the most attention is to the least attention in order for anything to do something awesome. Koti was a coin that I was looking at, but I'm not invested anymore. But I do track it for a client, and they like it. And I've said, look, this is the trend line. So we had the trend line form up to this level here. You can see from here to here. We extended it, and today we're literally bouncing on that trend line. We're bouncing on that trend line. So far so good. Again, the target for us is this particular zone here to be safe, and that's it. That's probably where you want to take your initial out and then start moving. Doge looking okay, broke the trend, not 100%, but just enough, broke the trend, attempted to break this neckline, and as you can see, it's in this particular zone here. Once it breaks out of this zone, it's going to do quite well. So I am expecting, I have mentioned to a few people, I'm expecting anything from 30 to around 35 cents for Doge, based on this neckline. Should be quite awesome. And then let's see how the market plays out. Remember, it's an infinite coins, it's got an infinite supply, so I wouldn't put all my money in there. You know, maybe for a bit of a fun, I would have a little bit of fun, but that's about it. Dot doing its thing. I'm not going to say anything. You can see exactly what Dot is doing, and you know what the target for Dot is, right? Because we do have some high targets. Dot right now, from where we were targeting 78. Currently, I'm looking at $100 for Dot, and I don't even need to put a Fibonacci here. I'm looking at $100 for a Dot. That's that. Engine coming back, you know, coming back, making an attempt. So these are the coins I look at, right? Coming back, making an attempt, but of course the range is tightening. It hasn't really done anything. There was one attempt here. You can see again there was one attempt, but again, I think when BTC finally does its all-time high, money will start filtering back in. One of my favorite projects, and I actually discovered it while we were doing a show on the channel. It just suddenly popped up, and it was like the number 14 or something in the world. I was like, what the hell? So I waited, I was patient, I waited, we picked it up around $1, and currently we're about 60% up, so really happy with this, and the pattern it's forming is just brilliant. So, you know, this could either be a consolidation zone, so that you've got a major consolidation zone here, and you've got a mini consolidation zone forming here. If you look carefully, look at how this pattern has been playing, and I'll adjust all of this as well, give me a second. If you look at this, you can see how this mini consolidation area has been playing around as well, right? Mini consolidation area. So again, as long as the market favors it, it is going to pump. I mean, whatever this was, we missed it. I would have loved to have this one. Can you imagine? But anyway, I missed it. So again, let's see what happens. But yeah, so far so good. These are the coins I'm looking at, guys. All right. I have been tracking this as well, because we did have some vested in interest in this, and so I think some of the guys, they picked it up around here, and then we saw the massive pump, massive gains, and then we saw a massive dump, and I believe some of the guys reloaded around here, because I have had a few people talk to me, but I don't know how many they bought or what. I don't disclose, or they don't disclose, they're not supposed to. But that's what we've got, and so far we're trending up, and we broke this neckline. So Reef actually looks very super solid, and we hit that target that we had. You can see the 1618, that was the target, we hit that. So now I can adjust that, and you can see this is our future target, and I can say, right, let's have a look at what our current new target would be. So our current new target is 45. So we've just moved up one level now. So let's see how that one works out. So far, so good. RSR attempting. Again, look, the market reacting same way and the same pattern everywhere, you know. So looking awesome. Tomos still trending up. But there's a long way to go until it comes to this level. You see this pattern, it's one of those coins, again, suffers quite a bit. Another brother who's involved in what do you call this, he likes his TRX. It's coming into the zone. It's got a long way to go, but it's following, it's trending up. That's the most important thing, right? That's the most important thing. It's trending up. So yeah, I mean, it might have a chance, but again, it suffers a lot from massive pumps and dumps, and it does follow the market. It does track BTC quite a bit. There was a brother who was in Vite. As you can see, look, we've tested it. We're still trending up. We're about to come to that point where we can do a little mark, you know, like a little rocket ship. So it's not one of those coins that too many people talk about. Okay, but you know, I have some as well. So here you go. This is Vite, and you can see how the structure is. It's not the best structure, but it's pretty cool. I'll show you. Okay, here you go, all, and this is what you see. So this is how high we went, 32 cents, and then we dumped all the way down and currently sitting at 9 cents. So to me, that's like a 60%, 70% discount, because we did go down even further, and some of the people, they bought it down here, so they're up like 100% already, which is awesome. But you can see where it launched, right, 9, and we're back to that launch price. You see what I mean? The launch, back to the launch price. That is a brilliant structure. Of course, this is the pump and then the dump, but anyone who picked it up around here is making that money. So far this structure was a lot better, and you can see the volume, you can see everything, you can see the holders. There's so much more. Anyway, I'm not going to go too deep into this, right? But it's one of those coins. I've talked about Yearn Finance. Yearn Finance is the king of yield farm, not yield, but yield optimization, automatic market making. And yeah, I mean, I'm out. I do have a little, very little, some change, but I left at when it went to 75k. I left. So, well, 75k UK. That's when I left. Zil, we talked about Ramp. Ramp is another one of my favorite coin. They actually have a real world project. They do the real world stuff. And I do like Ramp, and I've mentioned how Ramp has a potential to pump even higher. And you can see this is the previous all-time high. Ramp is coming into this closing range, right? I can take this away for a second. So it's coming into this tightening range. So far, so good. Trend is still up. It's just a matter of breaking, coming back into this level, the 47, and then shooting back up. So from where we are to where we are targeting, even if I just did it from today's candle, right? The target to the bottom of the range is 218%, and the target to the top is 307%. So I just hope that kind of makes sense. If you look at the targets, how high these percentage are. Even if we came to the top of this range, that's an 87% move. So this is one of the reasons why, when you know, some of the guys were reloading, like for example, some guys picked it up here, some guys were reloading around here. It made perfect sense for the percentage, you know. So these are the coins, because we don't like to, like some of the guys. So when I advise to people, I say to people, I say, guys, stop looking for new coins later in the market. Look for new coins or any coins early, or when the market is bloody. When everybody's looking the other way, market is completely fearful, start looking at projects, because that's when you're going to make some change. But when the market is green or pumping up or trending up, you shouldn't really be looking at other coins, because you just planning to get yourself wrecked, you know, because you never know when the market's going to flip. There are some guys who were on TLM, and you can see here TLM broke out of the channel, which is awesome. And now you can see, we talked about this the other day actually, and it's still in the same consolidation zone. Can you see this? It's in the same consolidation zone. So as long as the market's still trending, this could easily pump up, You know, this could easily pump up, and when it does, we could expect to see some good gains. We do have multiple targets. Our target currently is around the $1 level. So anyone holding TLM right now, it's at what, 19 cents? That's a 5x. Do you know what I mean? If you're holding from here, this current price, and I know some people who are holding it from here. However, I do know some people who are holding it from here, so they're down. They're down. There are people out there who are actually still down holding onto TLM. But as I said, give it a chance, guys. You never know. Like, for example, what was this coin? Axie Infinity. It's been around forever. It's an ancient game. But it took 2, 3 years, 4 years to get noticed. And look where it is now. So that's that. Lena came back to test it. So we talked about Lena. It's come back to test it. Doing awesome. Luna, I told you, just buy and forget. I told people around here, 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 I told people around here. Luna is a coin you just buy and forget. You don't look at Luna. You don't sell Luna. You don't look at Luna. You forget about Luna. That's it. There's no arguments. What fundamentals? There's nothing. I don't want to talk about anything. You just say, you buy, you forget. So that's Luna. And you can see why Luna does this. Awesome. Rune, come on, one of our most favorite coin. When it dumped down here, everyone's panicking. Oh my days, we got hacked and everything. No, that's when you buy, guys. This is when you buy. So people who bought during that hack down here, even today with where we are right now, are up 121%. So, you know, good luck to all of you. And we're going to go even further because our target, as you can see, we have 2 targets. I'll show you what I mean. I have actually 2 targets here. My first target is back to, so from here, my first target was back to the previous high, which does a 521%. And then the second target is the peak, which is at 887%. So I'll just leave that there for you to understand what the target is for Rune. I talked about Super. Super is a fellow YouTuber. His coin, it's not looking great. But I have to give it, if you look carefully, it is starting to trend up. Of course, it fell below the trend, somehow found support, and now has created a brand new support line or trend line here. So it's okay. Let's see what it does. He might just come back and surprise everyone, or he might just go and buy it himself. I talked about VTOL. VTOL is a token that you get for free if you hold VeChain. It's like a block mining reward or something like that, and you get that as a staking reward, and this has massive potential. And the beautiful thing about it is, if you look, it's not even a cent. So that's one of the things that you got to look at. Some of these coins is like they're not worth anything, and you do get them for free, but just by sometimes holding some, right, just by holding some, you potentially could make, and I'll give you a good example, up to this price. So if someone picked it up here, that's 110%. It's worth nothing, 110%. And if it goes back to its previous all-time high, well, you're looking at 400 and, sorry, the all-time high is here. You're looking at 500%. So just look at things like that. You know, there's plenty more. Listen, I can go on with the list is massive. But the point is here, I mean, if you're still here, I'm looking at coins with high volume, high users, with some potential and a lot of attention. Fresh projects, of course, there are so many out there, good gems. Nobody even knows about them. And I would love to support those projects as well. But at the same time, I don't want to see one person or one contract or one wallet holding 78% of the supply. Anything more than 10-15%, I'm a bit cautious. You know, I'm a bit cautious. You know, so that's how, if the contract holds it, it's fine. But if a user has it in a wallet, then I have to worry. You know what I mean? Because that's the last thing I want, is somebody to dump on me. So I'm very careful about whales in the game, because I don't want to go against the whale. You know, I want to be with the whale, but I don't want to go against him. And if the coin is sitting at a position where there's a whale sitting on the top, and as soon as I come in, market pumps, he might just dump on me. And if I'm not able to exit fast enough, I get screwed. So one rule applies, is whatever coin you pick up, new, old, whatever, always have a sell order set up. Always have a sell order set up. You know, I'll probably show you something tomorrow. So I can't log in. I forgot my login ID. I'd done it with a client the other day. So I kind of done it on my screen to help him out, and he done it as well. And I showed him a few bits and bobs, and I put a few coins there just to show him how it works. And I think I even mentioned it on YouTube. I think I even tried to show it, but I couldn't. But what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll do it again, and I'll show you something how I see things and what I've already done. So I've bought my sell order is already there. I already know what price I want to sell it for. Do you know what I mean? And that's way of me risk managing. It's like there are coins that I'm going to sell today. There are coins I'm going to sell in 5 years time. But what are my price expectations? I've made my mind up, and I put my price and I put my order in already. Now I can sleep better. I don't need to worry. When that price hits, I sell, I go. So yeah, risk management, strategy, and control. You know, emotional control, very important, because a lot of people don't have that. That's the sad thing. A lot of people do not have emotional control. You know, they get too excited or they're too sad. One other thing I wanted to show you guys here, because there was an argument a lot of people are having, and they're talking about how you know, Bitcoin's gone all is setting up to be euphoric. That's the word. It's coming into euphoria mode. You'll hear this term quite a bit more, and I want to show you what euphoria mode looks like. So we have a few euphoria modes here. For example, this candle here, this is when we had, you know, when in the 2013 when we had the first peak. Look, that's euphoria peak, and then we died out. And this is on a monthly, so remember, longer the data, stronger the data. This is euphoria 2013, first pump, euphoria. Second pump, nothing much. Look, when we hit the peak, the market came back in, and of course you got to look at this data. It came back slow, and then it peaked up, and that was it. It didn't even go to euphoria stage. That's what people say. This is euphoria. This is volume euphoria. This is nothing. Okay, let's go into 2017. You can see how the market came from nothing and then pumped all the way up to here, right? So I'm hoping you can see this. Market went from here all the way up to here. That euphoria. Fair play. And then we're looking at current market, and what you see is the only time we went euphoric was from, say for example here, July, and then we pumped up all the way here. This was the only month where we were kind of euphoric, which was January. It wasn't even February, April, March, none of those. It was actually January. So this is the candle that says euphoric. So I'm looking down here and I'm seeing we're doing lower low on a volume. We are lower than we were in, what's this? Let's have a look at this. July. This candle, this volume is lower than we did in July. When I'm looking at all of this, I'm thinking, what is this? This is pathetic. Where is the euphoric setup? I can't see it. I'm looking at the weekly. I still don't see a euphoric. All I'm seeing is lower lows. All I'm seeing is low. I see higher highs here on the volume, taking us to January. And then I'm seeing a bearish divergence on the volume. And of course, we became very bearish. Here, I don't see anything euphoric here. Do you know what I mean? I see bearish. So this is good, by the way. There's nothing euphoric here. So people who think the market or are giving you the narrative that the market's going to take down or that's it, it's coming to the end. There's nothing indicating that yet. Even on a daily, you can see how it's been kind of volatile, right? Up and down, up and down. But there's nothing euphoric here, right? Let's go back and show you, right? So, for example, there isn't. I can't even show it to you. There's nothing really euphoric here. This is January, where you can see how this kind of, you know, every day you can see this pump here. That was kind of, but Then again, when you look at a longer time frame, it looks different. But there's nothing set. I don't see the setup. I don't see the setup. So, suitor for me. Tamil Gates is suitor. What's a suitor? What, you want to get married or something? That's what suitor is, isn't it? I think so. Suitor Rusu. This one or ex-suitor? Which one do you want, brother? I'm joking. You know I'm playing with you. So, which suitor do you want? The top one or the bottom one? I'm just waiting. Let's see what happens. First one. Awesome. Sutarusu. Okay, so on double chain. Okay. It's a common thing a lot of these projects do now. They launch half the, because the thing is they're both compatible. I mean, Binance is Ethereum. It's just a copycat. And it uses the Solidity code. So you can actually write one contract and then deploy the tokens on 2 different chains. I've seen this quite often actually, where when they deploy it on 2 different chains to get liquidity from both chains. And some people do get confused because they don't realize that the one on the Binance chain is a BEP20 token, whereas in the Ethereum one is an ERC20 token, and they're actually not compatible. And I've seen people who's even lost money trying to send money from one location to another. But yeah, let's have a look at this. So the launch 7. Now this, look, when you look at something like this looks good. That was the launch, great. After the launch, it's been hovering around here, up and down. This is not bad. All right, so I'm looking at, just by visually looking at this, doesn't look bad. You know, when I'm also seeing this suitor on trading view, KuCoin, not bad. This is not bad. Let's have a look at the data and let's see. Look at this. This is not that bad. See, this is a good coin compared to the other shit coin that you showed me. I'm joking, my bro. I'm joking. Listen, there's no such thing as a shit coin, but there's also no such thing as a great coin. Every coin is a scam until it's proven not to be a scam, and until we see there's plenty of interest in this from people. So we follow the herd in a sense. We use the herd to give us some idea of, okay, is it big enough? Is it going to take my money? What is it going to do? Do you know what I mean? One of those kind of things. So far, looking awesome. In fact, it's so hard for me to even find. So normally I would do this, right? But it's already done that. It's already broken out of the channel. So we got 1, 2, 3 points here. And you can see it's already broken out of the channel. So all we can do now is look at what the price is being. I'm not even looking at the project. When I start looking at the project, it will be a different story. So we can see on the short term, we might get a nice little pump taking us from where we are right now. And I'm just using the top candle. I'm not even using the current one, to around 10 cents. It's not bad. And if we were to pump all the way back up to the previous high, right, which was here, well, what we're looking at is approximately a 0.4. What? Oh, my bad. Sorry, I forgot there's too many zeros in front of it. So yeah, if we did pump, we were going to do a 0.001, and if we did go back to the previous high, we would do a 0.04. That's pretty insane, because, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So from here to where we want to go, that's 80%. And then from here to here, 600%. So yeah, this looks okay. Now let's go and do some more data on this one and see what's going on. So far everything looks good. We've got 10 billion tokens, 3.86 billion tokens are out. Let's have a look at, so they've had an audit, which is great. Let's have a look at the holders, because that's the key. Holders, there's the problem. You see what I mean? 55% here. This is the problem that I have. Do you know what I mean? This is the problems that I have. Everything else is fine. But when I see one holder with this and another holder with 23%, that's two people owning almost 80% of everything. So hold on. 55, 23, 8. So what's that? 78, 86, 88, 90%. 90%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 owns 90%. Are you seeing this, Tamil? That's 90%, my brother. Bro, stay away. That's all I'm gonna say. Stay away. Stay away. Of course, this is telling me this is KuCoin, which is fine. But 90%? Bro. Just look at that. You know, but it's okay. When you see KuCoin and when you see Gate.io, it's probably been provided there for liquidity, which is fine. But a very small amount compared to these giants here. So just be careful. That's all I'm going to say. Dangerous, man. Dangerous. Wow. Wow. Yeah, freaky. But yeah. But look, it's on the thing. It's doing its thing. What's the volume? Volume is really bad as well. Look at this volume. Very bad. Very bad. But yeah, I mean, this would be potentially, it would be a good buy. I'll be honest with you. Looking at all of this, looking at how scary and everything this is, even then, it wouldn't be that bad. I mean, liquidity is rubbish. 41 liquidity, so it only has been given. So Gate.io has more liquidity compared to this. Volume is small. Price is really, really good. And it is trying its best to come onto the shitcoin exchanges. Because remember, even a KuCoin is a shitcoin exchange. And so I would take a gamble. I'm definitely not investing in it. But if I was you, and if I was interested, and this is not a financial advice, I wouldn't mind taking a gamble on this. And possibly it has a potential to do something new. Because you know, when you look at this data, the launch and then the dump, it's okay. I'm not going to bother about this. This is basically everybody dumping on you. This is like an ICP type of a thing where everyone just dumps on you. But since then, it's been attempting. This is a good structure. It's attempted. It came. It done a little peak here, right? In 2017. Oh, sorry, 2020. During the market peak, it has peaked there and it's come back down here, struggling. There's nothing suggesting it cannot come back here, because after the dump, it created a high here. Then it came back to challenge the high and it broke that high here. So it actually created itself another high. So we calculate from where we were and we created another local high, which is good, right? In 2020. And then basically we broke that local high. You can see here again in 2020. And then we pumped and we broke that local high here. And then of course the entire market suffered because of the Bitcoin dump. And we're here now. Nothing is suggesting that we can't continue to create another high than these areas here. So this structure is fantastic. You can see a high, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. Of course, then the market dumps, but everybody dumped. Hey bro, I'm listening and working. Awesome, my brother. Great live show as always. No, it's great when you guys are here. It's great when you guys are here. So thank you very much for coming to the show. But I hope this helps you, Tamil, because I'm seeing this looks okay, even though it's freaky what I'm seeing on the chart. It's freaky. It's freaky. That's what I'm going to say. Public tag, pseudo token. So this is the token holder. So I think this is the token creator. This must be the token creator. So they don't really have much, which is fine, you know. Bittrex has some. But yeah, you can just quickly look and see who has what. It's a good way of tracking tokens, but yeah, of course. But yeah, keep an eye on it. It could be a good thing. And what did they do? I haven't even looked at that. Private payment infrastructure for smart contract platforms. Satoru protocol uses the original and most advanced ZK Consnark algorithm, okay, that does not require trusted setup and algorithm proof size. Okay, also the technical paper has been accepted by Eurocrypt. Okay, got to check out who Eurocrypt is. So the protocol has been deployed in Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Hiko, Smart BC, BCH, Theta. It has been deployed. What the hell? So they're basically, they put it on every single chain. So they've got coins on every single chain. Guys, I want to be careful about that. Protocol to following smart contract platform, including Nia, Solana, Avalanche. So they want to put it on everywhere. Protocol everywhere is fine, but I don't know. Free Energies here. Hey Sham, thanks for the show. Just got in, but we'll listen it from the beginning as soon as you finish. Awesome, my brother. Awesome. Guys, I'm going to end the show, but before I do you have any coins you want me to talk about? Not Tamil. I'm sure I can read Tamil enough. But yeah, if you guys have something, let me know. If not, then I'm going to end the show and then you guys could continue, because I don't know. This is a long show. You know, and while we're looking at long shows and getting distracted, BTC is making moves. So first of all, CoinMarketCap just made a move. It just did another $2 billion, right, from where it was, because it was on 2.55. It just pumped another $2 billion, attempted to go and break the recent new all-time high. So that was happening while we were messing around with coins. And you can see the bulls came back in with full reaction to pump BTC. Currently BTC sitting at $64,240. You know, baby steps. BTC is getting there, I'm telling you. It's creating these local ranges. As you look at this, local supports before it tries to move up. So far so good. Exactly what we saw here yesterday, how beautiful it was. You can see how it's doing the exact same thing here, and it's creating this beautiful pattern here as well in order for it to move up. So let's see how that works. But yeah, other than that, guys, it's an awesome time to be in crypto. Just be safe, and being safe means avoid scams, avoid exposing how many crypto you have to other people, because remember, your friends could be your biggest enemies. So avoid those things, and most importantly, know your exit plan. Please remember, your exit plan is your key to success. Your initial investment out is the key to your success. Okay, so as soon as you can take your initial investment out, you're fine. All right, now you can play this market forever. But if you can't, then you got a problem. Okay, that's what I'm going to say, guys. Other than that, I hope the show was good. I hope the audio was good. I know in the beginning there was some echo, but that was because there was two microphones switched on, which I realized, so I switched that off. But yeah, other than that, I hope it was informative. We do get distracted quite a bit, don't we? Which is okay. Listen, I don't mind. Throw me some coins, I'll talk about it at the end or something. I think sometimes I just do continue with my shows. I'm still figuring out, guys. Listen, I'm not pro. I don't do this for a living. I've never done it for a living. YouTube is a very new thing to me. Of course, I'm getting a lot more comfortable. I'm getting a lot more confident using it. But then again, I've always been pretty confident talking to myself. So I think that's a win for me. But other than that, guys, Let's see how all of this works. Everything looking super awesome. Yeah, they can try what they want, it doesn't matter. You can see BTC at 64,354 right now. It's not stopping. It's coming, you know. And also for the day, remember, for the day, guys, anything could happen. We still have 10 hours remaining. Anything could happen. So let's see how that one works out. And we're just closing the gap. You see how when we're looking at these percentage, we're closing the gap. The gap is closing. I mean, look where we were and look where we are now. Look at this gap. So I'll put it here currently, 0.88%. 0.88%. Let that sink into your hearts, mind and soul. 0.81%, less than 1%. What happens when we go above that, even by 0.001%? Guys, that's a brand new all-time high. Time to celebrate. Doesn't matter if it goes up by a cent, if it goes up by $1, that's a brand new all-time high. I think everybody that's been inside this game has been patient with Bitcoin since this dump here, since this area here. You all deserve a pat on your back. You all deserve to be congratulated because you've been through a bull run and a bear cycle. You deserve to be congratulated for surviving a micro mini bear cycle. And you've come back and you've created a all-time high for yourself in this cycle. That you deserve a lot, okay? You deserve to celebrate this. All right, this is it. I mean, look at this. Beautiful, beautiful. Weekly higher high, new week also coming high right now. It just doesn't want to stop. You know, so you guys deserve a pat on your back. As I said, you know, go celebrate. Because today we're gonna do it. Today you've had a bull run, a bear run, and you're back in a bull run. And you've proven to people your conviction from this lows. If you didn't sell and exit, you proved you're convicted. You proved to yourself this is a system you believe in. This is a monetary system that nobody has to promote to you. Nobody has to give to you. There's no affiliation. There's no affiliate links. There's nothing. It is a coin you buy. It's your property you hold. It's your property that you hold. And your property has proved to be valuable to you over time, you know, and it will be more valuable in the future. And this gave you a rough idea of how the market works. So if this was a micro, this will also give you a rough indication of what the major cycles look like. And remember, we're still in a major bull trend. Okay, we're still in a major bull market. For me, as I've mentioned so many times to everybody, guys, my bull market started in 2019 and it hasn't stopped. It's a major bull market. So I'm happy for everybody. Congratulations to everybody for being this game. But remember what I said earlier on in the video, that this could easily be a double top. This could be the end. So make sure to have your altcoin sell orders set up. Doesn't matter, put it at some higher ridiculous prices, but prices that you expect or you want, and be safe, manage your risk, and let BTC do its thing. Because once we get above this, guys, there's nothing to compare with. I can't give you anything apart from Fibonacci levels. You see how bad this is? I cannot give you a target other than basic fib levels. Just fib levels. That's all I can give you. There is nothing here to give us. There is no resistance. Whatever the new price is, that's pure price discovery. Pure 100% price discovery, nothing more. We don't even have to go back to 2020 anymore. We can now use this low. This is our cycle low. We can use this as our range, and we can start calculating from here and start creating brand new targets. And you can see how our targets are playing out right now. First target, $86,000. Second target, second target, after we hit $86,000. Second target, we can use the same range here, and we can say second target 120, already there. Once we hit the 120, what are we going to do then? Well, let's have a look and see. This is not accurate. This third one that I'm doing is not accurate, guys, because we don't have an actual support zone to take it from. But then we're looking at 174. You know, once we start following the fib lines, and if we of course follow this one, and you know, because what we're looking for is a support zone, so we need a bottom for us to give us the for the Fibonacci to give us a total, but we don't know what the bottom is. We can only assume what this bottom may be in the future. But so far, this number 1 and number 2 can be used. We can use this, so we know this is 100% accurate. This is not so, maybe about 90% accurate. This is probably about 70% accurate, and this is probably about 50% accurate. But the targets are great. They're not giving us anything low. And also you can see what the next fib target is. Once we break out of this level, and actually this is where I've done something wrong. Let me make this 100% for you. Close enough. Right, so if this was the case, our next target from this breakout is 73,000, close to 74. After that 78, after that 85. So let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. He says alhamdulillah. Of course, bro, of course, God willing. So go pray for me, go pray for Bitcoin to go to $1 million. I'm joking, bro. Never pray for that, never pray for that. God doesn't give you everything you need for life is already given to you, full stop. Right, everything you need has already been given to you. There's no ifs and buts about that. You are in control of your own decisions. You have the will, you've been given that, and you need to use strategy, risk management, and go. Because if you don't have strategy or risk management, you're just gambling. You're just gambling, and that's haram in my opinion. If you're gambling, you shouldn't gamble. You should, you know, when you invest, it's a strategy. It's a strategy. You know, you should know when to take your loss, when to take your profits. Do not speculate, and see where the market goes. But these are the targets right now for us. Basically, if we did to have a breakout, I could easily see going to that $73,000 level. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, guys, and I'll catch you on another one very soon. Catch you on another one very, very soon. But other than that, guys, I'm not going to make this any longer. I want to go and have some coffee and get on with my days, and I've got a few calls coming I need to attend, because I know I mean, this morning I was actually free for a little bit. I did kind of help Yefri a little bit, well, very little, kind of just advised him a little bit, but yeah, other than that, I'm kind of busy, calls, this, that, people, meetings. But let's see. You know, market's doing good, but I want everybody to keep an eye on this. And of course, when it does hit that 65k level, guys, make sure to explode the Discord. All right, Discord, you got to go out there, explode it. If you're on Twitter, make sure to tweet 65k, obviously, and if you don't mind, tag me along as well, so that way I'll know that I've been tagged, because I do have my tags on. So if you do tag me, I will definitely know. Also on Discord as well, when you tag me, then I'll know that there's a message there for me, or related to me at least. Okay, so let's hope for a good one. It is Wednesday, and I did say Wednesday is going to be a good day, and so far, if I was to accept this to be a good day, then it is a good day because of this simple fact. Wednesday is a good day, and we're on Wednesday, and so far we have a higher high on the total market cap. So guys, I'm going to take this one off you guys again. I win. I'm joking. Like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos. It's been an absolute pleasure being here. Thank you very much. See you soon.